This is a 2022 Acura MDX, a three-row luxury SUV that's entering its fourth generation. Is this the best MDX yet? Let's find out. The MDX has been around since 2000, and ever since its debut, it's been a sales leader for Acura. And this fourth generation model is no exception. Because this is a big segment in the industry, there are big players in the game, like the Cadillac XT6, the Lincoln Aviator, Volvo XC90, and even the Audi Q7. Who is the MDX targeted to? Well, those families who want a sporty ride, but also some nice amenities, and need a lot of space. One of the reasons the MDX has been a sales leader for Acura is because of its design, and this fourth generation emphasizes on more sleekness and premiumness than ever before. Let's start over here in the front with a bigger grille that's new for this model and houses a huge Acura logo, something that we are starting to see. It's more of a trend in the industry these days. It gives a little bit more presence on the road. Of course, you have the chicane daytime running lights, a signature element for Acura, and pretty bold character lines on the hood, emphasizing that this is a sporty SUV. Moving on to the profile, because this is the A-Spec model, you're gonna see a lot of black trim around the windows, mirror caps, and even on the door panels. This is the A-Spec model. If that wasn't the case, then you were gonna see a lot of chrome. Also, these are 20-inch wheels, dark wheels, part of the A-Spec package. And moving on to the rear, you'll see how the taillights mimic the headlights design with the chicane, signature elements, and dual exhaust tips. So overall, the fourth generation MDX looks more stylish and even more premium than before. Just like the exterior, the interior is sporty and luxurious, and you can tell that right away with this red leather seats and all the red leather really that's surrounding the cabin. It's part of the A-Spec package, and it's making it a little bit more unique and different from the rest of the MDX models. Now, there's some luxury features added to it, like the ambient lighting that you see around the cabin. I think that's something nice, something that ups the game. But one thing that I don't really like too much is the design of the center console. I think there's too many buttons all cramped in one small space. I think there could have been a different way for Acura to design that. And I'm also not a huge fan of this display. The display itself is pretty nice, has nice graphics and everything, but its only functionality is through this touchpad over here. And I just don't like that. I'd rather have more of a touch feature, but this touchscreen, even though it's a 10.5-inch display, it does not support any touch function. So the only way to control it is via this touchpad. However, having said that, I think this display right here in front of me, it's a 12.3-inch display. It's what Acura calls an Acura Precision Cockpit. And it's pretty nice, has great graphics. I think it ups the game in terms of technology also. And it's the first time that we see it in an Acura car. So great job for Acura for upping the experience inside the cabin. In terms of space, however, I have a lot of space here in the first row. Middle row has also nice space, but you'll see that the middle seat is always gonna be there. Instead of offering captain's chairs on the middle row, you're gonna get a middle seat always. That is removable, and that's something that Acura wanted to do in case you needed that extra seat. Third row gets a little bit more cramped. It's more designed for children than adults. And for me, when I sit there, I have a lot of problems with headroom especially, but it's mostly designed for children than for anybody else. If you fold those seats down, you're gonna get a lot of cargo space for those weekend trips or just to get your cargo around town. I think overall, Acura did a pretty good job inside the cabin. There's definitely a better job in terms of technology and luxury amenities. There's some misses in terms of design and in terms of functionality. As a fourth generation model, the MDX is all new from the ground up, and what that means is that there is a new chassis supporting this SUV. The engine, however, is a carryover from the previous generation. It's a 3.5-liter V6 engine that makes 290 horsepower and 267 pound-feet of torque. A new 10-speed transmission sends all that power to all four corners thanks to a super handling all-wheel drive. That system can send up to 40% of the torque to the rear wheels. And what that means is that when the road conditions get trickier, like there's snow or ice, you're gonna get a better traction out of it. Now, behind the wheel, you're gonna feel that the MDX is a little bit more targeting a sportier side or angling towards more of an agile drive than a normal luxury SUV. The suspension is more sporty, it doesn't feel as toned down or as comfortable as other SUVs, and the steering is gonna be a little bit stiffer and more agile, if you will. In terms of fuel economy, it delivers 19 miles per gallon in the city and 25 on the highway, and that's pretty much in line with the rest of the three-row luxury SUV segment. Safety has been a high priority for Acura, and the MDX is proof of that. The IIHS gave the MDX its highest rating, the Top Safety Pick Plus designation, and what that means is that this is going to be one of the safest SUVs out there in the market today. Not only that, but also the MDX comes standard with Acura Watch. That's a long list of safety features like adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, and even more technologies that are gonna make the ride a little bit safer out there. Let's talk about pricing. The MDX starts at just over $47,000, and this trim next to me, the A-Spec, is just over $58,000. With all the technology and the luxury features added to it, I think this is a pretty good value and brings up a good value proposition for a family crossover, for a family luxury SUV. How is that in terms of the competition? Well, the MDX and the XT6 both start at around $47,000, $48,000, whereas the Lincoln Aviator and the Audi Q7 are both well over $50,000 just to start. So in terms of value, I think the MDX does a pretty good job bringing a good value proposition to the table. The one thing you should know about the 2022 Acura MDX is this. The fourth generation model is improving in a lot of areas where it was lagging. It's bringing new technology, more nice luxury amenities, all in a very stylish package. Now, the segment is not the same one that it was 20 years ago when the MDX started it. It's now more competitive and more fierce. But if you think the Germans are too overpriced and you want a three-row family luxury SUV, then the MDX may well suit your needs. To see our vehicle rankings and complete buyer's guide, visit motortrend.com/cars.